What's going on, everyone? Conservative Video Dipper here. If you got a dip, pack a lip. Uh, it is not apparently looking very good for Ryan Upchurch. Uh, some of you may or may not have known, but I used to support Ryan. I did at one point. Um, Now, what I want to talk about is what is going on. The basic general information. So Ryan Upchurch was or has been sued by the uh, Kylie Rodney family, a 16-year-old girl that allegedly was drowned in Truckee County, California. And her family has sued Upchurch for, I think, $1.75 million, which that's not chump change for anyone that knows that right there. That is not chump change. That is a lot of money. And that hurts. That's going to hurt pretty badly in his pockets. But anyway, so Ryan is being sued or has been sued, and he now allegedly owes the family $1.75 million. What does this mean for Ryan? Basically, this allegedly means a career ending for him. This basically is probably the alleged end of his career. I don't know if it will be, but this may be very damning to him. As always, pack a dip, pack a lip if you're dipping. And this is kind of the thing about this, is that Ryan made alleged accusations, let's just put it that way, that he could have done better, in my opinion, as a journalist. And he could have done a lot of things differently that probably would have helped him not get into this alleged situation that he is in. But we know that when it comes to Ryan, he is a public figure, yes, by all degrees. Cheers, by the way. And yes, Ryan has the First Amendment to say what he believes, but how Ryan allegedly did this was not appropriate. And I'm not going to go into specifics or generalized details of everything. I'm sure all of you kind of know already what he has said. But he has made very big accusations, alleged accusations, that are pretty damning to his career right now. And do I think that Ryan possibly could get out of this? I mean, I don't know. For whatever it's worth, it's not going to help him in any way, shape, or form. This may allegedly bankrupt him, if anything. And that's where the situation lies, is that could this possibly bankrupt him? Yes. Now, the things that he did, I understand that he did it because of a particular reason. You know, he wanted to question things, and he wanted to allegedly find out what was going on in that case and try to figure out what really was true or false in that case, in that alleged case. But he not only did it very inappropriately, but how he said things, how he allegedly said things, and how he alleged things. You have to be careful when you say these things, or when you say certain things, or when, especially when it comes to a private figure like Kylie Rodney. You can't just willy nilly say shit. And that's what happens when you do this. This is why every time, like when I do videos, I know how to do things. I know how to say things. I know how to be very careful and use proper journalistic etiquettes, if you will, to be able to ask certain questions and say possibly certain things that I feel that may or may not be a popular belief or something that co-aligns with what is being said or what is being told, so that I don't get in legal trouble. Now, to the Kylie Rodney family, we are very sorry for your daughter's loss, and I would like to make that known right now that I am very sorry, and that it's it really is sad what happened to your daughter, and may she rest in peace, and may you finally be able to hopefully continue to remember your daughter, the sweet little girl that you raised and that you have had the opportunity to have while she was here with us on earth. I don't know much on what is really technically going to happen to Ryan, other than this again will damage him completely. Sorry. This is going to damage not only his reputation, his career, but his name. It's going to hurt him. It's going to follow him. And this will follow him for a long time. And I know, again, that Ryan may have been trying to do something that a lot of investigators may not have been doing, but he did it the way that I wouldn't do it. And I would have done it totally, completely different. How I would have done it is I would have done a little bit of journalistic investigation with integrity, knowing that I really can't say much because one, she's a private figure, and two, if I feel like something's off or something's wrong, then I would contact the FBI. Ryan, in my humble opinion, should have contacted the feds if he felt something was off. Instead of possibly allegedly saying something about it, he should have said something to the feds, to the FBI. But he didn't. And this is where defacement comes in. And this is where I want to talk to you guys about defacement. Defacement charges are very serious. They are not minor. They are very serious. They can lead up to a very lengthy amount of fines. This is why when again, not only I do my due diligence as a journalist to be very careful with how I say things, how I present things, and how things are done in the realm of journalism, but you do it correctly so that you're not going to be the bunt of a possible legality issue. And I think that Ryan will learn at some point. He will probably more than likely learn that this was a bad move for him. I don't know what's going to happen to Ryan. I don't know whether he may have to have all of his assets seized or what. But more than likely, I'm thinking he's going to probably have a lot of his assets seized. His house probably have to be sold. A lot of things that he owns will have to probably allegedly be sold because of this. And far be it for me to criticize Upchurch because, you know, again, Upchurch is going to do what he does. I'm going to do what I do. And I'm totally, completely different than he is. But I really wish him luck. I really do. And hopefully, maybe this might give him something a little bit to allegedly think about, to contemplate about not doing again. And I know that a lot of people make accusations against Church, alleging that he may have alleged mental health issues or something is, mentally going on. I don't know. I can't say. But there are also alleged accusations that he may allegedly be on Adderall, an Adderall addict. I don't know. But whatever the case may be, we hope that Ryan gets help. I hope that Ryan gets help. And I think that it is very um, quintessential, if you will, that he does try to figure out how to deal with this in the best way possible. And I don't know what way that would be, other than you basically have to pay up $1.75 million, which, again, is not small potatoes, ladies and gentlemen. And this is what I see a lot of people doing on YouTube. Is they'll say shit towards a a private figure, not all the time, but sometimes I see it. People saying things about a private figure and then it backfires. This is why the difference between a private figure, limited purpose figure, and a public figure are all in different categories. They're not all the same. A private figure, you do not go after. You keep your mouth shut. If you know something is wrong, then you contact the FBI, IC3.com. You report it to IC3.com. A limited purpose public figure has limitations, like me. I'm a limited purpose public figure. I have limitations as to what people can do with me, whether they criticize me for being a Trumpy or for who I am. There's limitations. You don't go after people that are private. And I know that. I ever since I started journalism and being a limited purpose public figure on YouTube, I always knew that. You don't do that kind of stuff. Limited purpose public figures, you can kind of criticize them, but you got to be careful with how you say things. Public figures like Trump, the celebrities, you can talk about them just as long as you're not defacing them. Now, defacement charges, no matter whether they're private, limited purpose, or public figures, all can be something that they can go after you for if you do it wrong. And it's not a joke. And that's why I always tell people, be careful what you say online, because that shit can come back at you. You can get clapped back hard. You don't know when, you don't know how, but somebody's going to clap back at you. Whether that person maybe makes a video or decides to take you to court. There's two ways, or many multiple ways that this can that could go. And when you kind of balance the yin and yang, knowing that a limited purpose or a private figure and a public figure, who they are, then you can decipher what is the appropriate action as to how you want to talk about them, by either being very objective, subjective, or just not using names and mentioning certain bigger details. You got to kind of comprehend that and think about that a lot more. And people don't. People really don't. They think, some people think that it's okay to do it, and it's not, because this is a prime example of what not to do. And this is a very good prime example of what not to do, because you know now that this can get you in trouble. But at the same time, if you feel like you need to say something, learn how to be objective or subjective. Be organic. No pun intended. But do something different. So this is kind of what's going on. With Ryan. And I don't know, again, what's really going on with Ryan. I don't understand why he's doing this. Maybe I'll never understand why he's doing it. Maybe Ryan's just doing what he does. And I know that Ryan is very controversial. He's very opinionated about a lot of things, we shall say. And sometimes being opinionated, having opinions is okay. I'm not saying it's bad to have opinions. I'm not saying that you're wrong for having opinions or anyone having an opinion. But sometimes you want to be careful with how you use your opinions, especially online. Especially when you know that it could possibly get you in trouble. And somebody could clap back at you and say, hey, you said something about me. I'm a private figure or a limited purpose public figure, or I'm a public figure. I'm going to take you to court. You have to be careful and think about, is it the right time to speak your opinion? Can you speak your piece without getting in trouble? And if you can't do it, then don't do it at all. Don't do it at all. Keep your mouth shut. Don't say shit. That's just how it works. That's just how it should be. Keep your mouth shut if you can't do it correctly. So I'm going to end this video or this live stream with the best wishes to the Kylie Rodney family. Best wishes to Upchurch. But I'm very disappointed in Upchurch. I'm very, very disappointed with how he dealt with this. I think he could have done better. And I know he could have done better. I know that a lot of people are going to have their opinion about Ryan Upchurch. I know that a lot of people may not like him. I know there will be Creek Squad defending him and kind of hovering over him, saying that he's, this is just maybe an alleged mental breakdown. Who knows? Maybe it is a mental breakdown, an alleged mental breakdown. Who knows? But that, again, does not give the excuse to what he allegedly did. And it does not give anyone an excuse to go after, especially a family, an alleged family that is suffering the death of their 16-year-old daughter. Now, I have my opinions about this whole situation that I'm not going to speak on because I'm not somebody that is professionally an investigator. I don't know much details. I was not there during the investigation. I was not given any information other than what the media has told us and other than what Ryan has said. So I have my opinions, but my opinions are going to be kept to myself because I would rather play it safe. I do feel there are certain things about this case that are allegedly questionable, in my opinion. But that's here nor there. I'm just a journalist. I do journalism. So just remember, folks, be careful with what you say online because it can clap back. Anyway, love you guys. See you in the next live stream or video. Bye, guys.